Have you ever found yourself feeling irritated or angry about something that is really seemingly small? Maybe you're the one who everybody asks a favor for. Maybe you're the one who remembers all the birthdays and you're the one who has to take care of all the details and all the planning. And for some reason, nobody else is stepping up. And suddenly you're thinking, why am I doing all of this? Why isn't anybody else stepping up here? Why doesn't somebody notice that I'm the only one doing this? If that sounds familiar, today's video is for you. Because what many women experience as frustration or irritation is something much deeper. It's resentment. And what makes resentment so different is that it grows quietly over the years inside, sometimes not even noticed, until finally we recognize that it's there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Elaine Louise Stewart, and I work with women who are 50 and above who feel like they've lost their way a bit in their life and are looking to find their way back. In this video, we're going to talk about why resentment develops, what it often feels like below the surface, and how you can begin changing the patterns that created it. Many women don't see themselves as resentful. In fact, they often feel guilty if they think that's what's going on. They think, well, I'm just tired. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just stressed. But resentment often sounds like this. Nobody appreciates me. Why am I the one who always has to do it all? Why do I always have to be the responsible one? It's just not fair. The challenge is that resentment develops slowly. And it's not from selfishness. It's not that you're a bad person. It's because you spent too many years saying yes when you really meant no. Putting your needs last. Taking responsibility for things that weren't yours to do. Giving and giving and giving until eventually something inside you starts to push back. One of the biggest misconceptions about resentment is that it's caused by other people. But resentment often develops because we continually discount or abandon ourselves. Many women learned early in life that being accommodating, being helpful, and being responsible was how they stay connected to others. So they became someone who takes care of everyone, keeps the peace, does the extra work, handles the emotional labor, avoids disappointing people. The problem is that every time you avoid your own feelings, needs, limits, or desires, a small gap forms between you and yourself. One time doesn't create resentment. Years of it can. Over time, you begin carrying responsibilities, expectations, and obligations that nobody explicitly asked you to carry out. And eventually your body starts saying, I can't do this anymore. This is the part I think is most important. There's nothing wrong with you if you feel resentment. Resentment is not proof that you're selfish. It's often information. It may be telling you, I've been giving more than I have to. I've been ignoring my needs. I've been carrying too much. I'm afraid to disappoint people. And I've lost my connection with myself. Many women immediately judge themselves for being resentful. Instead, what if you became curious? What if resentment wasn't the enemy? What if it was a signal? Because underneath resentment is often grief. Grief for the needs you ignored. Grief for the voice you silenced. Grief for the version of yourself who learned that she had to earn love through sacrifice. So what can you do? Here are two things you can start today. Number one, ask yourself this question. What need of mine is not being acknowledged or met right now? Don't focus on what everybody else is doing. Focus on what you need. Maybe it's rest or support or appreciation. Maybe it's honesty. Maybe it's time for yourself. Often the need reveals the next step. Number two, notice where you're saying yes when you really mean no. You don't have to change everything overnight. Simply start noticing. That is definitely the first step. Every resentment has a trail. Follow it backward. Where did you override yourself? Where did you dismiss your own feelings? Where did you agree when you really didn't want to? With all of this comes awareness, and that's the first place to begin with change. The good news is that resentment doesn't have to become your permanent state. You don't need to spend the next chapter of your life exhausted, frustrated, or carrying everything alone. The more connected you become to your own needs, your own feelings, your own limits, the less resentful you'll feel. Because resentment often grows in disconnection, and freedom begins with reconnection. The goal isn't becoming someone who never helps. The goal is becoming someone who helps without abandoning herself. If you take nothing else from this video, here are 3 takeaways. First, resentment is often a signal, not a flaw. Second, losing yourself creates the conditions for resentment. And third, reconnecting with yourself creates freedom. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever realized that your resentment was actually trying to tell you something? Let me know in the comments. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post a new video every week for women who are 50 and above who want to reconnect with themselves and create lasting change. Next week, we're going to talk about how to reconnect with your inner voice again, a topic that connects very closely to everything that we've discussed today. You've done brave things before. This is just the next step. Thank you for listening. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.